from Samaria came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Give me a drink." For his disciples had gone away from the city to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "How is it that you, a Jew, ask for a drink from me, a woman of Samaria? For Jews have no dealings with Samaritans." Verse 10, Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that is saying to you, 'Give me a drink,' you would have asked him, and he would have given you the living water." Istoryahin lang sila tubig. Gulpi lang naglain ng istorya. Later on, malain pag istorya. It was now the living water. The woman said to him, "Sir, you have nothing to draw water with, and the well is deep." Next verse. "Where do you get that living water?" Namakot na ba "Sir, dahil lang kid, matuhambal mo? Living water? Where do you get it?" Anong sabat siya ni Jesus? Are you greater than our father Jacob? Now you get to see the point. Ano ginawa mo ni Jacob? He gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did his sons and his livestock. Now you get to see the connection of our story from Genesis. Jesus said to her, "Everyone who drinks of this water will be" what? "Thirsty again. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again." What is Jesus trying to say here? Yes, I am greater than Jacob. Yes, I am greater than Jacob. Jacob made the wells, but I alone can give the living water. The water that I will give him will become a spring of water welling up to eternal life. The woman said to her, "Sir, give me this water so that I will not be thirsty or have come here to draw water." Sir, gaay ko da. But I want us to drive the point deeper. Jesus cannot just simply offer water to you. He wants you and me to do away with all the waters of our life that are actually toxic for us. What is the next verse here? Jesus said to her, "Go call your husband and come here." You know the story. Ano hambal sa mabayi? The woman answered, "Sir, I have no husband." Ano sabat ni Christ? "You are right in saying, I have no husband, for you have had 5 husbands, and the one whom you now have is not your husband." This is a woman entrenched with something. Why takabalo ko napatay to? Nag-divorce sila. Sa ila nga time, ang divorce na itong ginagamit. But this is now have not your husband. What you have said is true. The woman said to her, "Sir, I perceive that you are a prophet." Then the woman said, nabalaan niya ni akong life story. Now the woman goes deeper and now transfers the conversation to worship. Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, but you say that in Jerusalem is the place where people ought to worship. Why did the woman go here? Ang woman bala, nag-change lang sa storya para hindi na pag-istoryahan ng husband? No. Because what is happening here above is due to a lack of true worship. He has had 5 husbands, and the one whom he had right now, anong hambal sa babae? I have this, and this, and this, and lacking still. Why? Because she lacks worship. Because she lacks worship. And what is Jesus trying to say here? Jesus said to her, "Woman, believe me, the hour is coming when neither this mountain nor in Jerusalem will you worship the Father. You worship what you do not know. We worship what we know, for salvation is from the Jews. But the hour is coming and is now here when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father is seeking such people to worship Him. God is spirit, and those who worship Him must worship in spirit and in truth." Now we go to worship. At the heart of everything that we are talking here on John chapter 4 and on Genesis chapter 29, the picture there is worship. And I want to really clarify this for all of us, that what satisfies the heart is only found in the sphere of genuine worship. Listen to C.S. Lewis when he said these words. Most people, let's all read this together. Ready, go. Most people, if they have really learned to look into their own hearts, would know that they do want and want acutely something that cannot be had in this world. There are all sorts of things in this world that offer to give it to you, but never quite keep their promise. What is C.S. Lewis trying to say here? I would like to continue with these words. The longing, sambal niya, which arise in us when we first fall in love. Notice yun na, ang longings when we first fall in love or first think of some foreign country when we are thinking of some other countries or the first think of some subject that excites us, are longings which no marriage, no travel, no learning can really satisfy. Take note of what C.S. Lewis here is talking. I am not speaking of what would be ordinarily called unsuccessful marriage, unsuccessful holidays, unsuccessful learned careers. I am speaking of the best possible ones. Ano ang bali ni C.S. Lewis? I am not just simply talking if you failed your marriage, then you are unsatisfied. What C.S. Lewis is talking here is that even the best of marriage, the best of learned careers, the best of holidays, the best of all things, apart from God, can never satisfy us. Then he ends these words here. There was something we have grasped at in that first moment of longing which just fades away in the reality. Notice yun na, luyag-luyag ka sa una. But as the years go by, it fades and fades and fades. I think everyone knows what I mean. The wife may be a good wife, the hotels and scenery may have been excellent, and chemistry may be a very interesting job, but something has evaded us. What has evaded us? What C.S. Lewis is trying to say here is that all these things, although good as they are not God. They are not God. This is called idolatry. Hambal ni Scott Hafeman, idolatry is the practice of seeking the source and provision of what we need either physically or emotionally in someone or something other than the one true God. It is tragically pathetic attempt to squeeze life out of lifeless forms that cannot help us meet our real needs. If you make someone your idol, you will squeeze life out of that person, and that love of yours will also squeeze the life out of you. You will demand and demand and demand and be so needy and needy and needy that you will always destroy yourself and that person because you made that person your idol. I hope that this is not us. I hope that we will end this sermon with a reality. Let's open our Bibles to to Jeremiah chapter 2, 4 to 13. Jeremiah 2, 4 to 13. In Jeremiah 2, we see here that there is a sin committed by the people. Let's jump to verse 13. Verse 13, Jeremiah 2:13. Let us all read this together. Ready, go. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed out cisterns for themselves, broken cisterns that can hold no water. What was the sin of the people here in Jeremiah's time? They have committed two sins. One, they have rejected the living water. And number two, they have made for themselves broken cisterns that cannot actually hold water. That is why the people of Israel cannot be satisfied. This deep thirst of the soul can only be quenched by the living water. All other alternatives can never satisfy. Do you believe this? I want to ask this question to you, beloved. Honestly, what is it that currently satisfies the thirsts of your soul? Ano ni balaihan ang currently nagasatisfy sa thirst sa imo kalag? I know all the relationship, all the things that God has blessed us with are really good. But may it be that these things do not become the idol or does not become the idols of our lives. The woman here asking for Jesus, Lord, teach me how to worship. Lord, give me this living water. Then Jesus asked him, God is spirit and in truth, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. Then the woman said to him, I know that the Messiah is coming. When he comes, he will tell us all things. What did Jesus say to this woman? The very first time in the book of John, that Jesus was actually revealing who he was to a woman. Ano hambal niya? Jesus said to her, I who speak to you am he. What is Jesus trying to tell us here? Look for no other man. Look for no other relationship. I will give you the satisfaction that you need.